Name is Bill Horan from Rockwell City, Iowa.
Daniel Baker, United States Marine Corps.
I was in the Army. I was volunteered for the draft.
Greg Gimberlane, in the Iowa Army National Guard.
Jared Patterson, and I was in the Army.
Jeremy Schmidt, United States Army.
Matt Duca, Navy, machinist mate.
Michael Wood, I was in the Marine Corps.
Well, we spend a tremendous amount of tax money protecting the shipping lanes and keeping a lid on the Middle East. So what could we be doing productively with that tax money if we didn't have to do that? If we didn't have to protect those sources. So that's one of the main reasons I have been interested in ethanol and biodiesel.
We've replaced some of that foreign oil, but if we didn't have to depend on oil from the Middle East, we wouldn't have to have troops in the Middle East. One of my sons is in Qatar right now. He's been there since June. He will be there, or beginning of June, will come back at the end of May of next year. But he wouldn't have to be there if it wouldn't be for the fact that we need oil from the Middle East. We could. That's not the stated purpose of having troops over there, but that's behind it all in my mind.
What would it mean? It would have a huge economic impact, a huge social impact. It would be a real game changer as far as the way we do pretty much everything.
Of course, we need to be independent on our own, that we have, so it creates more jobs. And
Well, obviously, if we can get it here, and create more jobs for U.S. people, and we won't have to worry about anything else coming over.
I hope our independence, or our growing independence, will reduce the risk of any future conflicts or wars.
Like I said, it's shown me that a lot of the reason we have them, a lot of the reason for wars is energy. We need energy from the Middle East. China needs energy from the Middle East. Russia needs energy. Everybody needs energy. And hopefully we can figure out peacefully who gets it and how much of it we each get. But that doesn't always work that way. Part of it ends up being wars. And just to me, that's a huge reason for renewable energy of any kind, is to just be self-sufficient. I'm not a fan of separatist. I'm not a fan of being not involved with foreign countries. We need to trade with foreign countries. Agriculture depends on trade with foreign countries. But it should be free trade. It shouldn't be something that we have to have in order to survive, which is where we are with oil.
Well, we create more jobs here. We have ethanol plants, helps farmers, helps the economy, helps local people. Everything's made here.
Yes, there's several advantages the Pentagon is working on right now, being able to have mobile renewable energy production in different theaters of war around the world, where they can take waste material, make biodiesel for instance, and operate in that theater without transporting fuel from the United States halfway around the world. So the military is taking advantage of the technology that's been developed for renewable energy, and it's going to save tax money.
I feel good about it. I like it. It's getting bigger, it's getting more well known, and it's nice to be a part of something like that. It's a fairly new industry. Ethanol's been around for a while, but it just boomed in the last few years, and it feels pretty good to be a part of it.
Well, it's great. I always tell the story about when we were generating capital for investment for one of our biodiesel projects. We had a lady come to write a check, substantial check, and she said, I like this biodiesel, think it's a good deal, hope to make a little money, but she said, if I don't make a dime on my investment, I'll be happy if it stops one flag-draped coffin from coming into this country. There was a lady who understood the big picture.
I look as a gain everywhere. One, people come out of the service, such as myself, in the background and engineering stuff, that there's a field you can go into, especially in the Midwest where it's not highly industrial. So that does help when you get out of service with some training, whether you're an electrician or machinist mate or some other skill set at that level. There is jobs offered here that wasn't offered here before.
Well, it's just I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy to be there. We do the, I've been involved with the ethanol plant since its inception. We raised the money and built the plant and are operating it. And it's always been partly about renewable energy, partly about using less imported fuel, partly about helping the economy in the Midwest. And we've done all three of those.
While I was in the military, that's one thing where you are true in form and day to day. You are serving your country. You are doing your country's work, whether it's popular or not. After I got out, I found myself in that similar position, but now I'm on the civilian side doing the same thing. I'm still doing good for the country. I'm still, helping as a whole. It's just one you can do actually in the service, the other you can do in the civilian world.
To use it and to feel good about using it. A lot of people are scared, what they hear, but it's got a pretty good clean track record, and I think it's going to continue to get stronger.
They help us to just not depend so much on other parts of the world, I think. And I think that gives us a better reason for getting in the fights we get into. We need to defend helpless people. We don't need to defend parts of the world that don't like us. And that's what we're doing right now. We're in parts of the world giving money to countries that don't like us in order to keep them, so they'll tolerate us and sell us their oil. And that bothers me. And I think renewable energy will help us not to have to do that.
To get their mind off the myths.
Yeah.
And actually focus on the true facts of what it actually does. Because people always are worried about we're taking, corn and other products away from the food industry, which really isn't true. So.
Well, renewable fuels are a way that we can power the United States without sending tax dollars to countries that don't like us, and use those tax dollars to kill other Americans. It's crazy that we do that.
Renewable fuels help the local economy. They help the farmers. Basically everything's here. This plant, we use everything in North Iowa basically, so everything's here too.
You can serve your country in multiple ways, really, when it comes down to it. On the civilian side, supporting ethanol, working with your local farmers, working with your local government to try and get things moving forward and to alleviate some of the stranglehold that foreign oil has on us.